before we start, but
Okay.
that is fine. We are live. Yay! Oh, I can text you guys. Um, I will send you the link if you want to text it to anyone. If you have anyone that you desire to tune in, if they don't know where to find it.
And Lily.
You could text Michelle.
Oh, Wallace and Erdman. That's a good idea.
I just needed that. All right, let me get the YouTube is probably the easiest, so let me pull that up so I can have you send that to them. Oh, sounds like my wife might be home because the dogs are losing their mind downstairs. Yep, I hear a voice. Okay, now that link is sent to you both in your messages. I was cooking dinner, listening to. Well, let's see. I started with Stevie Wonder. Then I went to Luther Vandross, and then Boys to Men. That was the dinner time cooking music tonight. So now I'm gonna be singing that for the rest of the night.
Should I send this to Wallace?
Yeah, do it.
Heck yeah, send it to everyone. I should send it to Mark and Dave.
Yes.
I talked about having them on. We just haven't got there yet.
Ooh, what could their topic be?
Let's see. Mark was a history teacher, so
And Dave
his
was
was,
English.
and Dave was English. So I was gonna do something related to each of those disciplines. I thought about Mark is a World War II buff. I
Oh,
think that's his niche of history that he really likes. So I think Dave appreciates it as well. So I think I've thought about that as well. The president's episode. Did I do that episode yet? I don't think I did. I think that might be.
Ellen's Alley. I'm not a president.
I know all the stuff about the president.
Yes, you do.
It's super. I gotta warn you, it is super random stuff. A lot of what I find is super random, really out there trivia, which makes everything fun for me because.
Oh, there we go. Why don't you have them and just discuss Shikellamy stuff?
Because people that listen to this aren't necessarily from Shikellamy. They don't have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Like we have listeners all over, so then they're gonna be like, "Oh, cool! This one thing that happens with just this one random town in Pennsylvania."
Oh,
there has to be more universal appeal to
right.
Well, Ellen, now I know you love the presidents very much. I have an episode written. It's been written since October. I just couldn't figure out who to have on. So
Ziegler would be a good one too.
Yeah, he would.
He knows a lot of stuff.
Who did you say?
Mr. Ziegler.
Oh, Ziegler.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple episodes that are just kind of sitting here waiting to be done, and I'm looking for the right guests, and I just haven't found them yet. So they're just going to keep sitting there until I can figure out who it's going to be.
Like the repeat. What's that? When you have a normal guest, like a
recurring. We have a couple of those. We have a couple people that come on pretty frequently. They're like, if I can't find anyone, if Cheney for some reason can't make it all of a sudden, and I have a show that's planned, I'm like, oops, well, let's just text this person, and usually they're usually there. But I'm like, I don't have a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis, so I don't know. It's weird. I'm running out of people. I feel like I've run out of people. That's all you're here because I just ran out of. Well, I have another episode. I have another episode.
On the same team. I was all excited to be our teammate.
Well, there's no teams here. This is head to head. We play cutthroat out here.
Okay.
But I have another episode that I had planned really randomly. I still want to do it at some point. We'll do it at some point. It's a teachers forum of how COVID has shaped education over the last 2 years, how different it is from. So I want teachers from like brand new teachers like myself, Jenna, maybe Maddie, and like people who have been teaching for a long time, like Heidi. Not.
I used to be the young one.
You're still
Yeah.
one of the young ones.
Yep, I used to be a young one.
There's like, well, how old is Eric?
He's
He's a couple years older than me.
yeah.
So I always think like there's no one other than like, so it's me, Jenna, Maddie. I don't think Kayla Kaminsky's that much older than us.
He's only 30. Now you are a
she's-
baby. But
Yes, I am a
she's
child.
closer in your age than she is to me.
And Kayla Holsizer is fairly close also. I think she's just a couple years ahead of me.
Sounds new.
Josh, Bryce. Bryce is really young.
Yeah, he's probably your age.
Yeah, I actually think he's younger than. I actually think he's younger than me.
I thought he started.
He never taught before. This is his first.
I know, but I think he started in the military for some reason.
No,
I didn't hear that during the
no.
9/11 stuff.
Does anyone know how old he is?
I was saying 24, 25, not like older, but are you even 25? You're 24.
I just turned 25 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 20. Okay, I was thinking.
Yeah, December 31st was my 25th.
So he might be.
That's my husband's birthday.
Oh, really?
We could have celebrated together.
Well, my wife had COVID, so no, we couldn't have.
Uh,
I wasn't supposed to say that. She didn't want me to say anything on the podcast. No. Just kidding. It didn't happen. It's fake news. It just. I don't even know what COVID is. I've never heard of it.
Just deny it. It didn't happen.
That's right. She's not watching anyway, so it's okay. She'll never know.
She only watches the good guests.
She's next door. She said, "I can still hear you guys." Sorry, Shaylin. Love you.
Oopsies.
All right, well, let's get this thing started. We'll be right back. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Oh, it's much more seamless usually. Enjoy the show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of You Think You Know, your weekly trivia show where we find out how much someone knows about, well, whatever I decide. This is your host of the evening, Aubin. Welcome back, everybody. So nice to have you here. With us tonight on the show, I have my dear friends and colleagues, Miss Heidi Mackey and Miss Ellen Berger. Ladies, welcome to the show. How are we feeling tonight?
Nervous.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
Well,
nothing at all.
Okay.
You get it's multiple choice. We'll get there. I'll cover all the rules in a second, but it's nothing to worry about at all. If you don't know, you don't know, and that's how the show goes.
Yeah,
so,
I pretend like I know everything,
and that's okay. This is your humbling moment in that case. It's just that you don't know as much as you know. So, I will give you the opportunity briefly to introduce yourselves to our audience. Because they don't know who you are. So let's start with Heidi, because you're right there.
All right. I am Heidi Mackey. I am a history teacher at Shikellamy High School in Sudbury, Pennsylvania. I've been there for 20 years. I'm married and have 2 puppies that I adore, and that's what I do.
What's your favorite Seinfeld moment? Since we're here, I know I haven't introduced the show yet, but
the opposite. Like that's my whole. George is my favorite, so when he does the opposite, he gets the girl and gets the job. There's no better. That's my
George
favorite.
Costanza. All righty.
And stick to the opposite.
All righty. Thank you, Heidi, for coming on the show. And Ellen, introduce yourself. And then at the end, tell us your favorite Seinfeld moment if you have one.
Okay. I'm Ellen Berger. I'm also a history teacher. I teach at Shikellamy High School with Heidi and with Aubin. And I haven't been there quite as long as Heidi, but I've been there longer than Aubin, so I'm ready. And gee, my favorite Seinfeld moment. I don't know. Maybe the whole Kennedy reenactment of the magical spit. I think that's probably the magical loogie.
Classics.
I played that class when I taught history.
Yes.
Just so you know.
I learned to do that from you.
Well, there we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Because this is your first time and because we always have new viewers, I am going to introduce the show, tell you how the show works so you kind of have an idea. I know we talked today, but just in case you forget how the show works, let me give you the rules. So there are 2 rounds if you think you know. There's the traditional round and then a bonus round. Bonus round is significantly harder because it's bonus. No one likes to give extra credit. I mean, we're all teachers. You don't just want to give extra credit that's easy. You want them to know it. If you're going to give them bonus, you got to know your stuff. Well, Heidi's the exclusion, the exception there.
I am the exception to the rule.
So there are 15 questions to the traditional rounds. They are all multiple choice. Okay, you get 30 seconds to answer each question. So we're going to wait the full 30 seconds to allow the people who are playing at home time to think as well. At the end of that 30 seconds, I will ask you for your answer. Flash me the little answer thing that I sent you guys earlier, A, B, C, or D. And that will be how we keep track of the scores, as well as keeping track of who answered what, so we don't see anyone copying or stealing someone's answer. So that is how the show works. We only take your first answer, so after that 30, once you show me, that's what you get. So whatever you show me is what I got to go with. Feel free to talk between each other. If you want to help each other out, I mean, I guess you can, but this is head-to-head combat here, so it's completely up to you.
But we work together, so I don't.
And now you'll figure out what it's like to work apart from each other. So I think that's everything. I'll cover the bonus round once we get there. And just a warning, because I did not tell you guys about this earlier. After question 8, there's going to be an ad break, or I'm going to introduce an ad break. It's going to be 2 seconds, and I'm going to come right back. It's just for the audio once it goes out to podcast world. So there'll be like a second break, and then we're going to go right back to the episode. It's not real. And then we'll finish the questions, and then have a great time. So here we go. Let's get this thing started so Heidi can get to watch the championship game.
Right.
Are there any questions before we get started?
Well, we lost Heidi. Oh, there I am. Oh, here we go.
Any questions?
Nope.
Perfect. Then here we go. You think you know Seinfeld, the show about nothing. Question number 1. What is the name of the restaurant that Jerry and his friends frequently visit? Is it A, Dom's Deli, B, Cantor's Cafe, C, Katz's Deli, or D, Monk's Cafe? 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Even after the question, like you have the whole question, then 30 seconds.
30 seconds starts once I read the last option.
Jeopardy.
That's right. Your
So
time
you can
begins
play at
once I
home. This
finish.
is interesting.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Maybe I'll watch you more now.
There you go. We started doing it like answer right away, and then I was like, but we have people who listen to this. If they don't think fast enough, if they don't think as fast as us, it's not fair. What's the point of them playing if they can't play, you know?
That's true.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, time's up. Let me read the question one more time before you show me your answer. What is the name of the restaurant that Jerry and his friends frequently visit? Is it A, Dom's Deli, B, Cantor's Cafe, C, Katz's Deli, or D, Monk's Cafe? Answers, please. I think I see letter D for you both.
Yep.
You're good. Letter D with a beautiful picture of Kramer on there. Monk's Cafe is the correct answer. Congratulations. You have both began 1 for 1.
Look at us.
We start easy. It's not going to stay that easy. I can promise you that. And I'm looking. Do me a favor, if you can, keep track of your own scores in your heads because I didn't bring paper. So if you have something there to jot something down, great. If not, just remember. But we're moving on to question number 2. What movie are Jerry, George, and Elaine waiting to see in the episode titled The Chinese Restaurant? Is it A, The Man from Planet X, B, Plan 9 from Outer Space, letter C, Earth versus the Flying Saucers, or letter D, The Day the Earth Stood Still? 30 seconds on the clock.
Sure this isn't the bonus round question?
No,
I have,
no.
I have no. This is going to be a straight up guess because I have no idea.
I have it down to 2, but I'm not
There you
sure.
go. Just working it. Cheney always gets mad at me because he thinks there's a pattern to this, and I'm like, man, Cheney, test. I'm a teacher. I know test writing. It's not. You're not going to find any
No.
patterns here. You're
And then
just
just
going to
when
have to
you think
get
you have
good.
a pattern, you screw it up.
I discovered a pattern once I wrote this. I never go back and check the answers and check and see the pattern. But I looked at this one and it was really, really obvious and bad. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go back and fix that real quick. What movie are Jerry, George, and Elaine waiting to see in the episode titled The Chinese Restaurant? Is it A, The Man from Planet X, B, Plan 9 from Outer Space, C, Earth versus the Flying Saucers, or D, The Day the Earth Stood Still? Answers, please.
Oh,
I went with A.
I went with B. I was
A
going to go A.
and B. Well, I will put it like this.
We're both.
One of you is correct.
I'm going with Ellen because that was the one I was going to go with.
The correct answer is B, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Ooh.
There you go, Heidi.
I knew it wasn't the last 2, but I couldn't remember.
Planet 9 seems like it should be Planet 9. So
It
Planet
might.
9
It probably is. One thing that I like that I always do.
I would have guessed that.
One thing that I always do is make a spelling mistake somewhere, not on purpose, but even at school. Like I will always find a mistake on every assignment that I create, every single one of them. And so it does not surprise me that there's probably one on this one.
I tell the kids to keep a chart because I make somebody. I'm like, just keep it on my list of mistakes I've made.
Add it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, it's I should really go back and check my work. But I just think like Heidi, I think like you, like I do everything right the first time. So why do I need to go back and look at it?
I don't think that. I do painstaking edits and I still mess up.
Nah, never that. Not for me. All right, here we go. The score is 2-1. Heidi 2, Ellen 1. Moving on to question number 3. Maybe this one is a bit easier for you. Who does George want to name his future son after? Is it A, Lou Gehrig, B, Thurman Munson, C, Mickey Mantle, or D, Roger Maris?
I know what it is. I just don't know what.
We gotta love the Yankees greats.
Oh, I know the name of the son or the child.
If you know the name of the child, you should absolutely be able to know the person. 15 seconds. That's why I didn't put it there, just so you'd have to think a little bit extra.
That's got
Who does George want to name his future son after?
Oh,
Is
wow.
it A, Lou Gehrig, B, Thurman Munson, C, Mickey Mantle, or D, Roger Maris? Time's up. Answers, please.
I gotta go see.
Yeah.
Both said C, and you are both correct.
7.
7.
Yeah. 7.
Good old Mickey Mantle, number 7 for the New York Yankees. Alrighty. Congratulations to you both. I think the score is 3-2, if that is correct.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Let's move on to question number 4. This is one of my favorite episodes and one of my favorite moments in history. So here we go. Love this episode. During surgery, what candy is accidentally dropped into Elaine's boyfriend's open abdomen? Was it A, Juji fruit, B, Good and Plenty, C, Junior Mint, or D, Lemonhead?
This is a good episode.
It's so fun. He's like, oh, was it? It was Kramer, right? Who dropped it?
Yes.
Such a Kramer thing to do.
I gotta put it on. Oh, okay.
15 seconds. Do. There's music to this, but I'm afraid that it's going to mess up, so I muted it. It's very sad.
This episode like slow-mo when it happens. Too.
Yeah.
Yes.
During surgery, what candy is accidentally dropped into Elaine's boyfriend's open abdomen? Is it A, Juji fruit, B, Good and Plenty, C, Junior Mint, or D, Lemonhead? Answers, please. I think I saw them both coming up early. Letter C, Junior Mint, is correct.
It's chocolate. It's mint.
It's delicious.
Oh, what a great moment. Now, this next question is going to see how well you really paid attention to the show. Let's see if you watched the whole thing. Did everyone get through the whole series?
Mhm.
Start to finish? Every episode? All right. Well, that's good because you'll need to know that for this next question. Question number 5. What was the subject of the first and last conversation of Seinfeld? Was it A, toothpicks, B, Superman, C, dating, or D, buttons?
Hmm.
This I know.
Ooh.
I know. Very overly confident here.
I have a fun fact after this one. And I have to watch I have to rewatch the series to see it and figure it out, but they say it's true. 5 seconds remaining. What was the subject of the first and last conversation of Seinfeld? Also, another mistake that says Seinfeld, not Seinfeld. Is it is it A, toothpicks, B, Superman, C, dating, or D, buttons? Answers, please. Heidi with her confidence. Letter D, buttons, is the correct answer. It's all right. I got you.
Good.
I think you lost it, but I got you. Letter D, buttons is correct. Yes. Fun fact, Superman is in every episode of Seinfeld.
That is
somewhere. A reference to him or somewhere in the episode.
That's what they say.
And I have never watched every episode close enough. The next episode I watch, when my dad has it on TV, because he's always watching reruns of old shows. So next time I'm going to have to find him somewhere. I'm assuming.
Dad on if he's a Seinfeld buff.
I love my dad, but
not getting on.
I don't know if he'd be able to hang that well. Ever since his health stuff, sometimes he doesn't fire as quickly as it should, and I just I don't know. So, what was the subject of the first and last conversation of Seinfeld? It was buttons, the correct answer. The score is 5-4. Ellen, that one mistake might ruin the whole show.
I doubt
it. Well, let's find out if she can pick that one back up with question number 6. What are the names of George's horses at his fictitious home in the Hamptons? Is it A, Tigger and Megatron, B, Snoopy and Prickly Pete, C, Popeye and Leon Trotsky, or D, Garfield and Tater Tot?
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
We know this one.
What up, Cheney? Nice of you to join the comments, my boy. We wish you were here as well.
Oh, hi, Cheney.
Hi, Cheney. Can he hear us, or is he?
Yeah, he can hear you. It's a little delayed because it's on live, so it takes like 4 seconds later. So he should respond if he's still watching.
I can't be what I just picked.
What are the names of George's horses at his fictitious home in the Hamptons? Is it A, Tigger and Megatron, B, Snoopy and Prickly Pete, C, Popeye and Leon Trotsky, or D, Garfield and Tater Tot? Answers, please.
I don't know. This is
Ellen says she knows this one.
I know, it's Prickly Pete.
Letter B and letter A. Ellen has tied the game with the correct answer, Snoopy and Prickly Pete.
I didn't think it was Snoopy, and I thought it was Tigger, so that's why Megatron, I didn't think it was, but Prickly Pete, yeah.
I feel like Tater Tot would definitely be a name of something
I
that George
know
would choose. Like that's a George move right there. Alrighty, question number 7, another Yankees related question. Who does George have a memorable collision with at home plate? Was it A, Bette Midler, B, Barbara Streisand, C, Sally Field, or D, Diane Keaton?
I'm trying to.
I only know who like 1.5 of these people are. So, well, 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. That's 2.5.
You're an actor.
The two who would be acting in things that I would be associated with in musical theater, Bette Midler and Barbara Streisand, of course, but I don't.
Field she was in Tom Hanks. What's
something
that?
I haven't seen.
She's in Forrest Gump. She's the mom.
The mom.
Okay, yeah, I definitely have seen that.
And Diane Keaton's in everything, so.
I think I do know Diane Keaton. It's just I probably couldn't put the face. I could definitely not put the face to the name at all.
All right.
Cheney is at the gym working out, so he's in between active sets. Thanks, Cheney. That's dedication, my boy. That's dedication.
Misleading anybody.
Just
I need
Cheney, just hop in the live, jump in, and we can see you working out. We can make sure your form is all good. Who does George have a memorable collision with at home plate? Is it A. Bette Midler, B. Barbara Streisand, C. Sally Field, or D. Diane Keaton? Answers, please. You both have said letter A, Bette Midler, and you're both correct.
Oh, I know.
Bette Midler.
Prickly
Gotcha. It is a tie game at 6 apiece going into question number 8. Here we are. This is a great episode as well. Great moments. Which of Jerry's girlfriends has man hands? Is it A, Dolores, B, Rachel, C, Jillian, or D, Jenna?
Oh man.
I feel like he had a new girlfriend in every episode. Jerry Seinfeld is not like the most, appealing person in the world.
No, that's the part that's
he just
on paper. Then when you get to know him, you're like, yeah, I don't want to date him.
I think he dated every girl in Manhattan.
If you would have asked us the other way, like what
I
was
know,
wrong? I would have been like man hands. But I don't know
names. I don't know.
Which of Jerry's girlfriends has man hands? Is it A, Dolores, B, Rachel, C, Jillian, or D, Jenna? Answers, please.
Yeah.
Oh, we have one who says B and one who says D, but neither who said the correct answer.
Oh, it's C.
The correct answer is letter C, Jillian.
I was headed close. That's tricky. Teachers don't like to trick students. So.
I do. No, I mean, I don't. I would never dream of doing something like that. That would be awful, but that would be awful. Most of my quizzes are not multiple choice, though, so they don't have really much of an option of confusion. They do that enough on their own by not reading the instructions. I'm like, do you guys find yourself repeating the instructions 85 times in a class period?
Yes.
Because it drives me up a wall. I'm like, just read.
No.
Just read, because I probably already told you exactly what you have to do.
I like when you completely say it all, and then somebody raises
and
their
read it with them, and I'm doing purple stuff, and they're like, "What?"
Yes. Glad to know it's not just my classroom. Makes me feel a little bit better. Alrighty. So it is a tie game, 6-6. Halfway through the show, let's see how that changes. Right after we take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Anchor. And we're back. Welcome back. Oh, Heidi's not back yet, so we'll wait a second.
I'm here. I didn't want to leave without me.
Welcome back, Heidi. It is a tie game on the second half of You Think You Know Seinfeld. So let's see if we can break that tie. How you guys feeling? Have the nerves gone away? You feeling a little bit more confident?
Away. They're a little bit more tricky.
I got a couple right, so I'm feeling pretty good. So
that's good.
I didn't totally get none right. So
you're already at like 75%. So you're doing well. You're doing great.
We couldn't administer keystones with a 75.
If only we got out of that, but those start tomorrow, and that's just wonderful. So here we go. Question number 9. Let's see if we can break this tie. What does Kramer purchase in the episode titled The Parking Garage? Was it A, an air conditioner, B, a Christmas tree, C, a goldfish, or D, flat screen TV?
I feel like I should know this.
I do. I think.
I think this is the episode where they're wandering around and can't find their car.
Yes, and he's carrying something, but what is he carrying? That's what I don't remember.
I know.
I have it between two. It's between two.
10 seconds. What does Kramer purchase in the parking garage?
In the parking garage?
That's the name of the episode.
The
parking garage is the name of the episode.
Okay.
What does Kramer purchase in the episode titled The Parking Garage? Is it A, an air conditioner, B, a Christmas tree, C, a goldfish, or D, a flat screen TV? Answers, please.
I went with C.
And
Yeah, Chris.
Heidi, who says she knows, says an air conditioner, which she does know. It
I
is
do
correct.
know.
An
Elaine
air
was carrying
conditioner.
around the goldfish. They were going to die.
Oh, I
For the
knew
goldfish.
there was,
I
but
know.
yeah, I can
That's
picture
Screen
you
TV. They buy for the Drake, so that was hard.
You're
That was a
welcome.
good one. That was a good one.
Choices.
When they're all close enough, it just makes it a little bit more confusing,
Good job, Heidi.
which is wonderful.
That one I know.
We've got a lead 7-6 going into question number 10. Speaking of Elaine and her goldfish, the question has nothing to do with the goldfish, but it does have to do with Elaine. According to Elaine, a face-to-face breakup is required after how many dates? Is it A, 5, B, 6, C, 7, or D, 4?
I think
I think I know the answer, but
I don't think I remember the episode. Was she's telling Jerry or he
More than likely.
yeah, I think she was telling Jerry that Jerry had to.
right break up with her face to face because they've had that many dates. Now I'm second guessing myself.
According to Elaine, a face-to-face breakup is required after how many dates? Is it A, 5, B, 6, C, 7, or D, 4? Answers, please.
I went with Mickey Mantle.
I went with
Mickey
D.
Mantle and went with Kramer, letter D. One of you is correct.
Can't
And
be
it
seven.
is
That's too many.
Ellen with a
Just
tie.
7 times?
Elaine says a face-to-face breakup is required after 7 dates.
That's a lot of dates.
That's a lot of dates.
I
I wonder if that's still accurate these days. 7, could you just send them a text message? Like, do you just go? I wonder how
y'all break
Seinfeld would have dealt with, like,
Post-its.
ghosting.
They
What'd you say?
post
it?
Yeah, it's not even a personal.
No.
I wonder if how they would have dealt with, like I feel like there's an episode of Seinfeld, if it was written today, where George gets ghosted. Like, he goes on a couple dates with someone and they just stop responding, and he loses his mind trying to figure out what he did or what happened on the date. He's gonna think everything is perfect, and it's just that there's an episode waiting to be written.
Yes, I got ghosted.
He bursts into Jerry's apartment. Ghosted, Jerry! I got ghosted. He's like,
that's a pretty good George.
Thank you.
And then Elaine goes, ghosted?
Jerry, have you ever been ghosted?
I think we got to write it. We got to email Jerry and let him know they got the reunion. Everyone's Friends has a reunion episode. The Fresh Prince. Everyone's got their reunions. We got to have the Seinfeld reunion, except Kramer probably wouldn't be allowed to be there. Because he's a trash can of a human being.
So talk about that.
Huh? What'd you say?
I want to talk. I have thoughts on that.
I'm scared.
But as being a white woman, he turned me off. I thought he was making fun of white racists, and it got out of hand. That's how I took it, but I could be.
I've never seen the rant, to have any. I've just heard about it.
Okay,
and so sometimes that's
we'll have to watch it, and then you can tell me. But again, I have no room to talk. Like, I don't know that I know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that's how I took it.
Maybe they can like Roseanne it, where they have the 3 of them, and then he died.
That's
how they tell.
He finally, one of his harebrained schemes killed him, and that's just how it happened.
Yeah,
that's great. I just watched the episode a couple of days ago where he's got the Japanese tourists sleeping in that dresser. It's just like, this show is absolutely ridiculous. It's great. There's not many, like, I don't remember there being like a lot of episodes that made me laugh out loud, but it's such because like, I don't think Jerry Seinfeld is a hilarious stand-up comedian, but he's a genius in comedy. He's his type of comedy is so low key and so observational. So it's like you're talking about regular everyday things, which makes it genius because he's been on top of his game for forever.
Yes.
But
I did see him live. I thought he was spectacular.
oh, I'm sure that was great. I
Yeah.
love stand up though, so
I do too.
I'm a big stand up guy. Alrighty, I think we're back to a tie at 7, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to question number 11 and see if you can break that tie. What is the name of George's alias? Is it A, Martin Van Nostrand? Nostrand, I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering that, sorry. B, Art Vandelay. C, John Hammond. Or D, Joel Rifkin? What is the name of
Right now,
George's
I use it
alias?
all the time. You want to be my latex salesman?
She says it to me a lot, actually.
You want to be my latex salesman? Come on.
5 seconds. What is the name of George's alias? Is it Martin Van Nostrand, Art Vandelay, John Heyman, or Joel Rifkin? Answers, please. The correct answer is letter B, Art Vandelay. Congratulations to you both.
Vandelay Industries.
I think Martin Van Nostrand is Kramer's alias.
It's Kramer's, yeah. And Joel Rifkin was the serial killer that Elaine
Yep.
Had the name that was the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And John Heyman is a name that's associated with the show somehow, some way.
I was thinking through them like
I just don't remember. I know it because I know I chose names that were used on the show, but I don't remember where that name comes from. So, alrighty, still tied after question number 11. Moving on to question number 12. Let's see how we do with this one. Which character's father is a famous author? Is it A, Jerry, B, George, C, Elaine, or D, Kramer? Look at that. I did keep that. Oh no, George and Elaine are swapped on your little answer things. My fault.
There is a famous author.
Uh-huh. The character, not the actor.
Not in real life,
the
right?
Character.
Right, the character.
Which character's father is a famous author? Sorry, 10 seconds. Is it Jerry, George, Elaine, or Kramer?
You can guess this by process of elimination because you know if you don't remember the episode.
I don't.
Time's up. Which character's father is a famous author? Remember to go for the letter of the that's on the screen, not whose face is on your screen.
Right, I almost did that.
So, answers please. Letter C, Elaine, is the correct answer. Yes, you both have gotten that.
Comes down from Baltimore, and she's running late, and Jerry and George end up going out, or George ends up going out with her dad for dinner or something.
That was the only one that made sense to me because
as I said, by process of elimination, you're going to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at me helping.
I know George's dad is an inventor. But...
Is that what we call that?
That's what man's ear.
All right, this next question, I will be very impressed if you know this next question. I'm not going to lie to you. What is the only episode that George Costanza doesn't appear in? Is it the episode titled A, the dog, B, the red dot, C, the note, or D, the pen? You know it, Heidi.
I do.
I'm pretty sure I know this, but I don't know why I know this.
I can't think of, I don't know what one of them is.
It's funny. Jason Alexander, after having read the script and reading that he wasn't in it, basically freaked out, much like George would,
right?
And said, like, this will never happen again, ever.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, so he was like angry.
He pulled a George. Like, he just literally, like, it was like,
wow.
I'm pretty sure he lived the character. I'm pretty sure he is George in another life. Like, Costanza. Jason Alexander is George Costanza. What is the only episode that George Costanza doesn't appear in? Is it A, the dog, B, the red dot, C, the note, or D, the pen? Answers, please. Letter D, the pen.
Knows how to do this, and I don't.
It's all right. It is the correct answer. D, the pen.
What's the note?
I couldn't tell you.
The dog I know. I just saw that the other day. The red dots, the sweater, don't know what the note is. The pen is they go down to Florida, him and Elaine, so that's why he wouldn't have been in the. They go to his parents to the.
Yeah, that expensive
There's
expensive
the
pen.
20th episode.
Writes upside down.
And it was one of the 2 episodes in which Kramer does not appear. There
The
you
note
go.
was.
Yep. The pen.
Oh, okay.
Only
So
Jerry and Elaine are in that.
Only in that, right.
Kramer is not in the pen or the Chinese restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's true.
Cool. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Trying to figure out where I found that quote. Where it is? Oh, so here it goes. The decision. This is an article from Screen Rant. The decision didn't sit well with Alexander, who gave David an ultimatum when the group reconvened the next week to make another episode. He expressed his frustration in being written out of the pen and told David that if it ever happened again, he would leave the show.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, I get it because that's the genius behind the Friends cast. They all went in. We're all the same. Like the original series was written for David Schwimmer. Like he was the one in mind that was supposed to be Ross's character, and he was the one that said to all of them, "We're a team," and they were all paid the same and all had the same.
Mm-hmm.
They will all be filthy rich for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Yep. So there goes that. Still a tie, right? What's the score? 9, 10?
I have Niners.
9-9?
99.
Well, no, you have. I don't have.
Oh no, you have. It's 9-8 then.
Aren't we tie?
I thought it was 9-9.
What question number was that?
That was question number 13. I feel like Heidi has one
down.
Oh.
Let's see. Let's go backwards. So we were tied going into the break, which was this question. That was question number 8, and we were tied 6.
We both got that wrong.
At 6.
Yeah.
We both got that wrong, and then
Ellen got this one wrong.
Got wrong.
Ellen got this one wrong. Heidi got this
one
wrong.
wrong.
So it was tied again.
We
both got that one. We
both got
that. Both got that one, and then you both got that one.
Yeah.
So it is tied.
Yeah.
At whatever number that would be.
10 or 11.
10. Whatever number it is, it's a tie game. I have no idea. I can only do. I wish I could find a way to keep the score on the screen,
right?
But it's too much going on to try and do that. So
that's because Cheney's at the gym.
Well, he started a new workout program at the beginning of the year with this buddy of his from work, I think.
That's perfect.
And his workout partner is pretty strict about staying to the routine. So
good.
Like,
that's where it needs to be.
Do what you got to do. So whenever you need to have an episode off, just take it. I'm fully capable. I host the show most of the time anyway, so not a big deal. Alrighty, we got a tie going into question number 14. Here we go. What book's late return earns Jerry a stern talking to and hefty late fees? Is it A, The Tropic of Cancer, B, Delta of Venus, C, A Devil in Paradise, or D, Black Spring?
Mr. Bookman comes after Jerry with the fine.
Mr. Bookman.
That was his name, Bookman.
Some real original thought processes there.
They said is that you have to have this name to be the. I never read this book. Did you?
No.
I can't say. Yeah, you know.
Did you read it, Robin?
No way.
No.
I don't read very often at all.
Oh.
Not a reader. I fall asleep.
Oh.
It has to be something that I'm really, really, really interested in, and there's not enough things that I'm really, really, really interested in to read.
Seinfeld.
That's what the show is for. What book's late return earns Jerry a stern talking to and hefty late fees? Is it A, The Tropic of Cancer, B, Delta of Venus, C, A Devil in Paradise, or D, Black Spring? Answers, please. Letter A, The Tropic of Cancer, is the correct answer. We are still tied. Man, oh man.
We worked together for
I know. I'm kind of worried. I've never had a tie that I didn't have to create a random tiebreaker
Don't
for.
worry, I'm sure the bonus round will.
Well, the bonus round, I would be
These
impressed
are
if
hard,
you
so
get
I
it.
don't
I'm not gonna. And I'll explain the bonus round in a second because we have one more question before it, and it's not as easy. We'll just put it that way.
Oh, great.
Question number 15. Here we go. What STD does Kramer over dramatize in front of a group of med students? Is it A, HIV/AIDS, B, gonorrhea, C, syphilis, or D, chlamydia?
I know what he says, but I don't remember what the disease was. You remember we were joking about having Miss Hummer do this with the disease?
I'm sure that would have been great.
Smoking on the.
Were you the one that was joking about having them do that game where you have to say "I have"? And
Oh yeah. I have gonorrhea.
I have gonorrhea.
Yes, I have. Who has?
What STD does Kramer over dramatize in front of a group of med students? Is it A, HIV/AIDS, B, gonorrhea, C, syphilis, or D, chlamydia? Answers, please. Another tie here. Both have said the same answer. Letter B, which is the correct answer. Gonorrhea. I never saw the episode, if I remember correctly, but I can only imagine.
Adam job. Yeah, it was great. He's typecasted. He just.
Yeah, that energy. It was just that energy. It was great. Yep. Alrighty. So we have a tie at the end of round one. Going into the bonus round, I called the tiebreaker. Let's see what happens. If we still have a tie, after the initial bonus round, I'm going to make one up on the fly, and see if you can answer that one. So here's how the bonus round goes, because I cannot end in a tie. It goes against the competitor in me. So, here's how the bonus question works. Okay, there's one bonus question. It is not multiple choice. So you are both going to text me your answer, because that way we're not, again, stealing each other's answers, shouting. Just text me individually, not in the group chat. So just text me individually your answer once you've come up with it. And because it is the bonus question, you only have 15 seconds to come up with an answer.
Think of the answer.
You got to think of the answer and send it to me in 15 seconds. Yes.
Let me get my text ready for you.
I know.
Okay. So it is definitely a challenge, but I believe in you. You've got this. The timer starts after I finished reading the question. Okay? See if we can break this tie. Here we go. Bonus question coming at you. What Oscar-nominated actor does George mistakenly think his used Chrysler LeBaron belonged to? 15 seconds.
God, it's on the show.
Starts now.
Oh, I got it. Because we say this all the time.
10 seconds.
Auto-corrected.
It's okay. I'll trust it.
I don't even have an answer. I don't remember.
What Oscar-nominated actor does George mistakenly think his used
just driving
Chrysler LeBaron belonged to?
I can see the episode. I just can't think of who it was.
Ellen, do you have an answer?
No, I have no answer. Heidi is the winner. I will
driving around in John Voight's car.
That is correct.
Compartment.
The answer is John Voight. Heidi, congratulations. Congratulations, you are the winner of tonight's episode of You Know Seinfeld.
He was a great competitor. It's funny because I think there's only one that we both got wrong, and it was the lady's name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ellen, though, as a teacher, it should have been asked the other way.
I prefer it that way.
I know.
I just knew it wasn't Dolores.
I know.
It was a question about Mulva.
Oh, this was fun. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed yourselves at least, and that
I did. I had some laughs. I feel confident in my Seinfeld trivia. I'm not doing it again, but
you passed the test. You both have gone over the average score. Average score is about a 9 or 10, I think you both scored higher than that, so you should feel really good. You passed the test.
good.
You are both
Well done, Everett.
Seinfeld. What's the
Knowledge.
word? Whatever that word is. Buffs.
Knowledge.
Alrighty. This has been another episode of You Think You Know. A couple things before we head out. Reminder that there is our official podcast merch available at bonfire.com. Search for the Afro Latinos podcast there. You can see our shirts, sweatshirts, crew neck sweatshirts, and mugs available for purchase on bonfire.com. Search for the Afro Latinos podcast, and you should find those. Follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, as well as finding us anywhere that digital podcasts can be found. This has been another episode of You Think You Know. We will see you next week, either Monday or Tuesday. Depends on my rehearsal schedule. We'll let you know. Heidi, Ellen, thank you so much for joining us.
What are you doing?
Ragtime.
Yes. Is that in Williamsport?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Okay. That's
7:30.
Okay.
Yep. I'm very, very, very excited.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
rehearsal started January 3rd, and so I'm in Williamsport like 2 to 3 nights a week.
Right. Awesome.
Rehearsing right now music, and then the choreography is next month, and then blocking the whole thing in March, and it goes up in April. So
Yep. Awesome.
And then I'm directing, so then I get to put on my director's cap.
For
which
our
makes-
play? Or
No.
their play?
Theirs. We're Little Mermaid at CTL in June.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Very excited. Very nervous.
All right. I got to go
We'll
watch
see.
the game.
Alrighty.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
So,
Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. I can learn how do I do